Alright, it's me, Austin. This is Dolly, and you can forget about that old How to Draw Bendy video. This is it, but improved. I'll be deleting that video, so sorry if you liked it, but this will be more improved. So let's hop into it. First, you're gonna need to draw that. You're gonna need to draw something that kind of looks like a heart. Then you're gonna need to draw some backward C's and whatever are beneath his eyes, I don't know what. And you're gonna have to draw his cartoon mouth. A mouth and lines in it. Pretty easy. Then make that shape. Then make those two shapes. Then put lines in them. And draw his torso. It's kind of like a big bean. Noodle limbs. They're pretty easy. You can probably draw them. His glove cuffs, which are basically small beans with lines in them. Basically, and draws gloves. Basically like that kinda, like a paw. Then put some of those on the side to make it look like he's holding his hands closed. And then make his shoes. Basically the same cuffs than that, basically. And now I'm going to color him. And yeah, there he is colored. Now we're going to go on to Boris. First you're going to make that shape. You basically kind of do that. And you draw his ears. They're pretty simple. And you draw his cheeks, his thing there, it's pretty simple. And you color it in and make his snout and mouth. Pretty simple. Draw the same eyes as Bendy. Draw his torso. And draw his overalls. Pretty simple. Then you draw what's basically the same arms and hands and legs as Bendy. And then you color him in. There's Boris colored in. Now we're going to do Alice. You're going to do that shape. You're going to do that. Then you give her the same eyes as Bendy. Give her that same Bendy smile. Then draw the rest of her hair, cheeks, and halo. Then you draw her torso. You draw the same legs and arms as Boris, basically. Color half of her arms black. And then color her in. So yeah, there's Alice Angel. Now we're drawing Striker. So you draw that. It's kind of like his mouth, kind of. Then you draw that. Then you draw that. Then you draw one cartoon eye and one human eye. Then draw that. Torso, it's kind of like a bean. You draw the same legs as Bendy and a little weird circle thing on his chest. Two left arms. Them together like that. Then at that point you should know how to draw the glove. And there he is all colored in. Now we're going on to fish. Draw that, it's like his mouth. Then you draw that, it's kind of like his mouth. You draw that to round out his head. You draw his mouth strips and his teeth. Then you draw his cartoon eyes. You color in his head. Then you color in his head and draw his fishing pole. Then you draw his dead fish. Then you draw his liar sign. Spots where his arms come out. Then you draw the spots where his arms come out. Then you draw the same arms and legs as Bendy. There he is all colored in. Now it's time for Mangled Out. First, you draw that shape first. Then you draw her mouth, her eyes. And then you draw her hair. You draw her horns and broken halo. Basically the same. Then you draw basically the same torso as Alice. As I was saying, you make the same torso as Alice. And you draw her legs, arms, and there she is colored in. For Brute Boris, you draw the same head as Boris, just X's for eyes. Draw his big fat body, his head thing. Then you draw the hole in his torso with his ribcage. He draws big arms, big feet, and short legs. And you draw his giant hands, and then you color him. So yeah, there he is drawn. And now let's move on to the Ink Demon. First you draw Bendy's head but pointier. Then you draw the ink dribbling down his face. Draw his big cartoon grin. Then you draw his bow tie, torso. Then you draw his legs and his arms. And his hands, only one glove. And, sorry, I forgot. And, yeah, he draws his legs, his arms, and his hands, only one glove. And here he is all colored in. He looks awesome. Sammy Lawrence is next. So you basically draw Bendy's face. Then you draw Boris's torso, basically. Basically, Bendy's head on Boris's body. So yeah, basically Bendy's head on Morse's body. Now let's color. And here he is all colored in. And since I forgot Piper, I'm gonna draw him here. You draw this with ears on the sides. His hair, kind of. His facial features. It's basically the same shape as his head. Add some buttons and a vest thing. Color in the vest thing and his plunger leg. Then you make his arms and color them in. And yeah, draw and color in his other leg. And if you couldn't tell, I don't really like Piper. So, bye. Have a great inky day.